Hello viewers, welcome to Science TV Lunchtime News. I am your host Ben Rangai in sign language. The voice is Gideon Minor. On to our first news item. Internal divisions within the Orange Democratic Movement, ODM, continues to surface even after a Mombasa meeting intended to mend cracks within the party. Some party leaders now claim that the party's constitution was not followed when the new officials were sworn in during the Mombasa event prior to the National Delegates Conference. Just days after celebration marking 20 years since ODM was founded, some members have raised questions about how the new party leaders assumed control. Concerns revolve around the transparency and adherence to the party rules in the transfer of leadership. On the final day of the celebration, Raila Odinga's daughter, Winnie Odinga, appeared to show gaps in her speech, highlighting underlying tensions, while other leaders openly expressed dissatisfaction with how the leadership transition was handled.
Kwa sababu kuna wale wametusi baba wakati alikuwa hai na kuna wale bado wanamtusi hata wakati amekufa bado wanafanya nini? Wanamtusi. Na ndio tuheshimishe baba, tumuonyeshe heshima kubwa ni kupigia kura Michael Ouma Majua.
DCC, ACC waachie uwanja huru, si kweli? Tupange siasa ya ODM, watu wa DCP wapange yao na UDA wapange yao, bila serikali kufanya nini? Kuingilia. Tuko kwa broad-based government, hapo ndio baba alituacha. Wale mawaziri wetu wako kwa broad-based, wasikuwe na wasiwasi, wafanye kazi.
We must remember, while we are in broad-based, watoto wetu waende polisi. While we are in broad-based, wapate kazi zingine. That is what baba wanted. Hakusema watu wahangaike. Na wale ambao wanasema ya kwamba ODM itasambaratika, tunawaambia mtangoja sana. Mtangoja sana. Sisi kama viongozi na wanachungwa, tutaketi pamoja, tutakubaliana kwa kila jambo na tutahakikisha ya kwamba ODM iko na nguvu zaidi.
Campaigns for the Mbeere North parliamentary by-election are intensifying as political heavyweights hit the ground to rally support. Deputy President Professor Kithure Kindiki visited the area to campaign for the UDA candidate, while DCP leader Rigathi Gachagua continued promoting the DP candidates' policies. Both sides are fiercely contesting the seat, which is seen as pivotal in the struggle for political dominance in Mount Kenya. Supporters on either sides have been mobilized in large numbers, reflecting the high stakes and the strategic importance of the constituency in the broader regional political landscape. Observers note that the by-election has become a significant test of influence for both UDA and DCP, as control of the seat could signal shifting political dynamics in the area. The campaigns are expected to remain intense in the run-up to the voting day.
Noma si noma.
Mimi najua mumeamua kuchagua Karisi, ndio? Kasongo na Karida wanasema wataiba kura yenu. Mimi nimekuja kusaidia nyinyi kulinda kura ya watu ya Momenje. Na mimi Rigiji, mtoto ya Maumau, nitakaa hapa mpaka Karisi atangazwe kama mjumbe wa Berano.
Mkiwaona weka safe distance. Mnakumbuka wakati wa corona? Vile tulikuwa weka safe distance. Kasongo na mutu na watu wake, ukiwaona kanyanga nini mbali.
Sio kukuja kuturingia hapa na kutuambia sisi vile uko na nguvu. Wewe na kuambia kwamba tumefika hapa, chuma chako kiko motoni, do what you can do. And we are ready for you. And we are ready for you, my friend.
Tunataka majuzi ama tunataka maendeleo? Tunataka fitina ama tunataka maendeleo?
Hawa wanaume wamezoea siku mingi kutusi viongozi. Na wanaona tukikimya wanafikiri sisi ni waoga. I want to challenge them. I want to dare them. I am in Mbeere North. I have just arrived. I am not leaving here until the 28th of November. Nataka tukutane na hao wanaume. Mondo kwa mondo, man to man, face to face.
With 8 days remaining to the Kasipul constituency by-election, the youth and various stakeholders have been urged to maintain peace as campaign enters the final stretch. Leaders have cautioned that the heightened political atmosphere could spark unnecessary tension if not handled responsibly. Elders from Homa Bay County have come forward to encourage residents to uphold security and harmony as they prepare for the mini poll. They called on the Kasipul Bondo community to avoid political confrontations and ensure a peaceful environment that will allow free and fair election process. Meanwhile, the Homa Bay County Council of Churches have condemned the incident in which 2 youth reportedly lost their lives during the ongoing political activities. Religious leaders emphasized the need for politicians and their supporters to prioritize the value of human life over political interests, noting that politics should unite communities rather than divide them.
Election for Kasipul is slated for this month, around on 27th. But the majority of people who are dying are youths. That's why we as youths, we are calling all leaders in their different or in their cadres to ensure that we preach peace across Nyanza. Our people to maintain peace amongst themselves. People with divergent opinions must be accepted across board so that each and every person must have opportunity to share his platform. And at the tail end, it is the voters who will make a decision.
We believe that it didn't have to arrive at that point. We believe that all this would have happened peacefully, and that is our belief that whenever there is a political contest, there need to be no loss of life or destruction of property or even...
And that's why I'm also asking our political leaders, anytime you have your supporters, don't use your supporters to turn against other supporters. Let us not have our teams, which are well trained, to counter another team in a forceful manner, because anytime we have that kind of a counter, it's like we are forming two rival groups.
Lawyer Chacha Mwita will stay in police custody until November 19th, when a Kahawa court is set to rule on an application by the Anti-Terror Police Unit, ATPU, seeking to hold him for 20 more days. Investigators say the extension is necessary to complete inquiries into alleged links to terror financing, including financial transactions believed to have been channeled through cryptocurrency platform. Prosecutors told the court that Mwita is under investigation for allegedly facilitating terrorist operation and maintaining association with individuals suspected of involvement in extreme activities. They claim the lawyer is connected to a wider recruitment and financing network operating along the coast, with detectives examining electronic devices, financial trails, and communication records. Mwita's defense team has dismissed the claim as baseless, arguing that he is being targeted for representing clients accused of terrorism. They warned that detaining lawyers for performing their professional duties could set a dangerous precedent. The court will deliver its decision on Wednesday.
Said two redacted numbers were already linked through investigations to a Binance account associated with an individual designated as a designated terrorist entity by not Kenya, but the United Nations Security Council.
All these advocates will run away because if they represent anyone associated with the terrorism, the next day they will not be in the bar, they'll be where Mr. Chacha is. Your Honor, this court has an obligation to protect the legal fraternity.
In this application, which is around 7 pages, they have not documented any reason whatsoever for the court to consider why they were not able to complete their investigation in time.
I want to give myself sufficient time to go through the authorities, the application, and everything, and deliver a ruling. Therefore, we will convene back here in court for the ruling on Wednesday, 19th of November.
The Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, IEBC, in partnership with the Raymond Omolo Foundation, has launched a voter registration drive targeting young people in the wards. And villages in Migori County. The initiatives aims to ensure that more young people are able to participate in upcoming elections. During the registration exercise in Suna West, constituency under the Kenya South Association Program. Officials noted that many young people lack national identification card or voter registration certificate, which hinders their ability to vote. The initiative seeks to address this gap and empower the youth to exercise their democratic rights. The local youth have called for increased effort to reach those living in remote rural areas, emphasizing the need for the registration process to be inclusive and accessible to all eligible voters. That is all we had for the news. We'll take a short commercial break and then we'll be back with sports news.